I get asked if people should grow their followers or how to grow their followers, if people should be paying more attention to impressions or engaged audience or saves or pin clicks or whatever. Obviously, Pinterest is one of the most robust when it comes to giving you analytics on your account and your overall success on their platform. That doesn't mean that you should be paying attention to every single thing in your analytics dashboard. In fact, I'm going to give you the top line things that you should care about the most. There's really only 3. And then a couple of things that you can pay attention to inside of your analytics going forward. Without getting too crazy into why I think you should not look at your analytics for the first 90 days that you are on Pinterest doing your marketing. And I get comments all the time like, Heather, I know I don't need to look at my analytics for 90 days, but put them aside for now if you're still new. Bookmark this for later. Now that we're ready, number 1 is impressions. You need impressions in order to get any other engagement metric on the platform. But impressions, by and large, are not going to show you whether your account is successful or not. By and large, they're not going to tell you whether your competitors are successful or not, okay? I was just recently auditing a Pinterest account and it had the most impressions I have ever seen, 50 million or more. I'll actually go back and just take a screenshot of just the impressions number and put it up on the screen. I was absolutely blown away. And yet, this account still wanted to focus on and find a way to refine their strategy to build more traffic. Which brings me to the fact that you need impressions in order to convert people to traffic. Without eyeballs, they won't see your content. Impressions simply means how many times your pins were shown in a Pinterest surface. The home feed, the saved, the related pins underneath, people's boards where these pins are saved on, the search feed, like all of these feeds on Pinterest are going to impress your pins up on the masses, and that's the impressions number. Now, it doesn't actually mean that someone saw your pin. Someone could be scrolling past your pin on their home feed and never actually see it over here in the corner where they were kind of looking over here instead. So keep that in mind. Now that brings me to metric number 2 that I think you should care about, and that is saves. Especially if you haven't built up a lot of outbound clicks just yet, saves are a good indicator to show you that the audience cares about your content. Saves can tell you what kind of content you should focus on and at any given time when that content should be focused on. If you noticed a high number of saves in March, I would actually go identify what those pins are that garnered all of those saves in March and then cross-reference the pin titles and the keywords used to the trends tool. More on that in the deep dive video that you can reference if you head on over to the main channel. It's a Pinterest Analytics deep dive video where I actually show you how to look at these things and break them down. But saves give you a really good indicator of whether or not your content is relevant to your audience on Pinterest. Which leads me to outbound clicks. Outbound clicks are going to tell you how many times someone clicked off of Pinterest and went to your website. Now, this is not 100% through and through accurate, and it never will be, because sometimes people are going to get all feisty and they're going to click on Pinterest pins, but they don't actually fully let your website load before they're exiting out, going back to Pinterest because they meant to save it instead of click on it, or they meant to exit out of it instead of do anything with it. So I always want you to double check your user sessions, your user engaged sessions or total sessions on Google Analytics against those outbound clicks on Pinterest, because at the end of the day, they can't fully be trusted. Not to tell you the full story at least, because the truth of the matter is an outbound click is recorded, to my knowledge at least. Now this could be wrong, and if you're a Pinterest employee watching this, because I know you guys watch my videos, and I'm wrong, please let me know, and I'm super happy to make a correction on that. But to my knowledge, outbound clicks are registered when someone clicks on that pin, but they are not necessarily registered by Google because the full website header does not load if someone were to exit out between clicking and the website loading. If the header of the website cannot load, Google cannot fire a page visit. Therefore, your outbound clicks and your page visit data on your Google Analytics might not always add up. This is a common thread I see all the time. Now, let's talk about 2 other honorable mentions inside of your analytics dashboard that I think you should pay attention to quite regularly. Number 1 is your list of top pins. And you want to filter these by the 3 engagement metrics I've already mentioned in this video. And then number 2 is your top boards. Your boards are going to give you a really good idea of like overarching themes or topics that people are really interested in on Pinterest from you currently or in the very near past. And these can be things that you focus on going into the near future as well. So those are the 2 other things inside of my analytics dashboard that I pay attention to a lot. Now, I did not touch on, do not want to talk about conversion insights because I still don't know how relevant that particular analytics tool is on Pinterest, but all things considered, the things that I've given you today should give you a lot to actually focus on, pay attention to, and try to improve your overall Pinterest marketing strategy. And with that, if you want more information on Pinterest analytics specifically, I'm actually going to link a playlist over here. You can go watch my Pinterest analytics deep dive, my Pinterest analytics overview videos, and learn more about how to read and analyze your Pinterest data.